The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children.
A few years ago, a highly classified U.S. helicopter surfaced, often known as the Stealthy Blackhawk or Silent Hawk. However, these names weren't its initial identifiers. It was initially spotted in 2011. This Blackhawk has taken the place of the renowned Huey, the Army's dependable workhorse.
You may not be able to tell whether this is another vehicle entirely or a helicopter. You may not be able to tell whether the helicopter is moving towards you or moving away.
A lone Blackhawk has the capacity to carry an entire 11-person fully equipped infantry squad into battle. Throughout the years, the UH-60 has undergone continuous enhancements, including the installation of more powerful engines. You are watching Battleground. Consider subscribing to watch regular episodes. Osama bin Laden, known by public enemy, a notorious figure in the annals of terrorism, gained global infamy for his extensive track record of attacks. Despite embodying the epitome of terror, his actions elevated him to a peculiar celebrity status. His notoriety compelled the United States and Russia, despite the apparent implausibility, to forge an unlikely collaboration. Nevertheless, this reputation also cast him as the most globally sought-after individual, particularly for his direct involvement in the tragic 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers. For more than a decade, the U.S. military relentlessly scoured the globe in pursuit of bin Laden.
Osama! Osama!
The individual responsible for causing anguish to millions. Ultimately, in May 2011, after a meticulously planned year-long effort to bring him to justice, the U.S. Navy SEALs paid him an unwelcome visit. In mere minutes, they successfully executed the mission to eliminate him, thereby concluding a significant chapter in history.
All stations, target secure, target secure.
Roger, copy that. Target secure.
Target secure.
However, a subsequent chapter unfolded when one of the helicopters employed in the operation crash-landed. In an attempt to protect crucial American technology, the helicopter was intentionally destroyed, or so they thought. In reality, the helicopter's tail, which had separated during the crash, survived. Images of this tail were subsequently released, unveiling an extraordinary revelation to the world: the existence of the Stealth Blackhawk, a helicopter that had eluded every air defense system protecting Osama bin Laden for years. How stealth works is something every military vehicle dreams of achieving. The goal is to be as quiet and hard to notice as possible, making it tough for enemy defense systems to detect. This is a big reason why the F-22 Raptor is considered the most powerful air superiority fighter ever boiled. The Stealth Blackhawk aims to be the helicopter version of that. To do this, it needs to stay hidden, or as close to that as possible when facing advanced air defense systems. Air defense systems detect aircraft in various ways, such as radar, infrared, and acoustic detection. Helicopters need to outsmart and evade these systems to avoid being detected. To explain better, let's look at the Comanche prototype stealth helicopters. They were developed by a team of Boeing and Sikorsky to serve as new stealth, reconnaissance, and attack helicopters for the U.S. Army. However, cost overruns and technical delays led to their cancellation. Still, Sikorsky, the manufacturer of the Black Hawk, learned valuable lessons about all-around helicopter stealth. The Comanche employed several tactics to avoid radar detection. It had a faceted body with minimal external parts hanging, a shrouded main rotor hub to minimize radar reflections and noise, and an enclosed tail rotor for similar reasons. The fuselage was crafted from composite materials, featuring a radar-absorbent skin akin to what's utilized on the F-22 Raptor or B-2 Spirit. These radar-absorbent materials, kept under tight security, can absorb a significant amount of incoming electromagnetic energy. To elude infrared detection, the Comanche took measures to conceal and cool its heat-producing components, such as the two T-800 turboshaft engines. These engines were ducted toward the tail, with inlets directing cool air into the exhaust. Regarding acoustic detection, stealth helicopters aimed for silence. One effective method is increasing the number of blades on the main rotor, thus reducing what's known as blade passage frequency. The Comanche adopted a 5-blade design for this purpose. It's crucial to emphasize that while these stealth features may seem straightforward on paper, or conceptual helicopters, translating them into operational helicopters poses significant challenges. Making helicopters stealthy is quite a challenge. It's generally tough to make things stealthy, even for regular planes, but helicopters face even more difficulties. One big issue is the noise produced by the blades. Unlike modern fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters generate a lot of noise and vibration, which can be easily heard by people and picked up by acoustic sensors. The rotor blades also bounce back radar waves, making them easier to track. Getting rid of this noise and preventing radar reflection is tricky because it's directly linked to how helicopters fly. Another problem is the heat produced by the engine exhaust. Even if you try to conceal the engines deeper inside the helicopter, there's not enough room to completely hide the heat they produce. Infrared sensors or heat-seeking missiles can still pick up a significant amount of this heat. Unfortunately, helicopters can't operate without engines, so effectively hiding this heat presents a major challenge. Another difficulty arises from the environments where helicopters typically work. They navigate through intricate and dynamic settings, often close to the ground and at lower speeds. This is in contrast to fixed-wing aircraft that travel faster and operate at much higher altitudes. Flying at lower altitudes makes helicopters more visible, even to the naked eye. In summary, making helicopters stealthy is a formidable task, though not impossible. Recognizing this challenge, the Army believed that if any helicopter could meet this objective, it was the specialized Blackhawk used in the mission to bring an end to Osama bin Laden's influence. The UH-60A Blackhawk, or just Blackhawk, is a military helicopter named after a Native American leader. It has 4 blades and 2 engines, and has been used by the U.S. Army since 1979. It took over the role of the Bell UH-1 Huey as the Army's main helicopter for tactical support, transport, and air assaults. The Blackhawk is known for its impressive engineering. It comes with features like self-sealing fuel tanks, a strong cockpit, and backup hydraulic and electrical systems. Powered by 2 General Electric T700 G71 turboshaft engines, each with 1560 horsepower, the Blackhawk can still fly with just 1 engine. Its special rotor blades made of titanium can handle even heavy artillery fire. The helicopter has a basic crew of 3: the pilot, co-pilot, and crew chief. It can carry up to 11 fully equipped or 20 lightly equipped combat soldiers. The Blackhawk has internal fuel stored in 2 secure tanks totaling 360 gallons. Armed with at least 4 different machine guns and the ability to carry 16 missiles inside, the Blackhawk has an external store support system, ESSS, with 2 wing-like parts for extra payload. Using ESSS, the Blackhawk can carry additional fuel tanks for longer distances, or weapons like rockets, missiles, and gun pods. This adaptable helicopter is used for various tasks, including transporting troops, electronic warfare, and medical evacuation. There are different versions of the Blackhawk. It's the go-to helicopter for important American government officials, including Congress members, department heads, and even the President. The helicopter specifically used for the President is called Marina 1. That's a wrap. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.